elected by good citizens who don't vote. As current residents that are living in the United States, many policies that get passed through the federal and state government will eventually affect you in some way. Voting is one of the most important things of being an American. Many people do not go to the polls and vote. Little do they know that their vote can make a difference in their government. As a member of society and a U.S. citizen, I have the ability to vote and play a role in my government's politics. By learning more about why our voter turnout is low, I hope to persuade you all to go to the voting polls for the upcoming and future elections. And first, I will be talking about the problems to when people do not vote. Next, I will talk about the causes that are keeping many from politically becoming involved. Finally, I will bring up solutions to influence the population to politically participate and make a difference in their country. How many of you are registered to vote? Well, I'm not, but I will be. The problem behind low voter turnout is that many U.S. citizens are failing to engage and becoming part of the political system in their country. Amendment 15 allows every citizen of the United States to have the ability to vote without prohibiting the federal and state government to deny that right. In a different article titled Why Voting Matters, Large Disparities in Turnout Benefit the Donor Class, published in September 16, 2015, McKinley states, it is less obvious why closing the turnout gaps and creating a more fully inclusive democracy matters for the policy decisions and social outcomes that should be the fruit of our democracy. The fact that people fail to practice that right gives more power to the government and policy making and are decreasing the voters' turnout. Citizens that lack to politically participate and become involved are not only affecting their countries, but themselves as well. Making that difference in your community allows certain policies to take effect with the approval of the people, and that approval is given through voting. The difference can have a significant impact on foreign policy and domestic life, particularly in local elections. Mentioned in the article Why Russell Brand is Wrong on Not Voting, published in March 11, 2011 by writer Eric Simpson. Now that we know what the problem of lower voter turnouts has, we can transition to what causes such a low number of participants. Age and social class both play effects on elections that causes the nation to have a low voter turnout. From 1972 to 2012, citizens 18 to 29 have turned out at a rate of 12 to 20 points lower than the citizens 30 and over. Age has a major influence on voter turnout because, as you can tell, the older citizens, the most likely they're going to vote. The reason behind this is that as you become older, you become more invested politically, and they like to make sure that the benefits they get from the government continue to progress in their favor. On the other hand, the youth vote less because they do not feel part of the society yet, since they are already starting to play a role in their society. Race and ethnicity also play a role on the cause of low voter turnouts. Whites play a higher role in activity engaging in elections, while minority groups fall behind in participation. In 2012, turnout rates among eligible white and black was 64% and 66% respectively, while it was only 48 and 47 among Latinos and Asian American voters respectively. Now that we know what causes low voter turnout nationwide, there are some solutions to increase voter participation. The solution is to eliminate the restrictions on voters and recognize the different possibilities to vote. And Benjamin knows 3 evidence-based solutions to improve voter turnout, published in November 8, 2015 no states. We should note that some proposals have been shown to have a little consistent effect on the turnout, such as early voting, vote by mail, voter ID laws. Such proposals like this restrict many to cast a vote, and the removal of them will make the process a lot simpler and easier to vote than previous times. Another way of encouraging more people to vote is by simply educating the community and letting them know that voting is as simple as it can get. For example, personally, I'm not politically engaged because I have absolutely no idea how to register and where I need to go to find information to learn about voting. To wrap things up, I will now take you to my conclusion. Voter turnout has shown poor results, especially in the United States, and signs of improvement are nowhere to be found. This lack of interest in the political world is negatively affecting the nation and freedoms of people within. First, I talked about the problem of low voter turnouts, then I talked about particular causes that is affecting our voter turnout to be low. Finally, I talked about solutions that can get more citizens to become a part of the government that serves. Without the people, there's no government, which is why the people are a huge factor of politics, and political participation is a great way of maintaining a well-built government.